All right, so some of you may have wondered what it takes to actually get a plow on one of your ATVs or UTVs, and we're going to go through that in this how-to video from Gear Up to Go. All right, one of the first things we actually mount on the machine is the plow mount. So you'd put the mount underneath or in front, depending on what type of system you have. Some of them are quick disconnect that go on the front. Those are called Generation 2 mounts, and those are made by American manufacturing. Or you have the style that goes underneath. Now the plow mounts underneath are going to be specific to your type of machine, so you want to make sure you get the right mount. Some of them will mount with U-bolts, some of them will mount and go right into your stock bolt where your underkit attaches. One of the big things with undermounts are the types of pins that you put into the mount. So you simply put the pin in and you'd have the plow set in there, and then you flip this around. Now this is okay for doing a lot of the plowing, but if you go through a lot of heavy snow, what's going to happen is this actually could come undone if you pack enough snow into it to release this. And that requires you to get more of the pins. This is a pin. That's what happens to a pin when one pin comes out and you don't realize it, or the plow will be very shaky. And this pin was holding up the entire weight of the plow, and it's not designed to hold that much weight. This is a new style mount, and a lot of the older style mounts, like this one, which is many years old, have a wider gap between here. Most of the new ones now come with a skinnier gap, so you don't have as much play. All right, you may wonder why we have two of the same mounts here for the same machine. You can tell this one is whacked all the heck, and what happened was we didn't take the mount off the plow after we were done plowing with it, and we left it on the machine while we rode some of the trails up in northern Wisconsin. And as you can see, it only takes one rock to damage the mount to where you can't use it. It's also not safe, because if something catches on that mount, it can stop the machine or bend the frame. So you always want to take the mount off after you're done using it and follow the owner's manual's instructions on how to operate the plow properly, because every plow is a little different. So for putting the plow on, it's very simple. You just put the mount underneath, push the push tubes in, connect the pins, and attach the winch to the assembly to raise and lower it. If we step over here to the ATV side, if you don't have a winch and you'd rather do a manual lift, it's also very simple. You basically just take U-bolts, set it on top of here, connect your chain, this one will come with a chain, and then it has a spring assist, and then you just take the lever and move it up and down. This is really nice if you have a very short driveway or a short walkway and you're constantly lifting and doing a lot of short jaunts. So whichever style you want is really going to depend on what type of plowing you're doing. The type of blade is also going to be dependent on that. So basically you have three different style blades you can choose from. A straight blade, a country style blade like this one here where it's V'ing up at one end, and then you have your V plow. So depending on what type of plowing you're going to be doing, you want to choose the appropriate style blade. A straight blade is great for a lot of short distances, cleaning up a lot of the loose ends on very short driveways or sidewalks. A country plow like this one is really good for doing long stretches, and the V plow is good for making straight on paths with the V or inverting the V backwards to push the snow. All right, now you may notice on some of these plows a big rubber flap on the top, and that prevents the wind from blowing excess snow up into your face and onto your windshield. It is a $50 item, and it is definitely worth it to keep you from having to scrape off your shield or get a whole bunch of snow in the face. Now you do have a material bar on most of these, and the material bar can be adjusted by the adjustments here. So I can actually take this, and let's say I'm doing a gravel driveway. I can actually move my mount and my spacers or washers. And I can set that material bar, the edge of the blade, whether it's rubber or not. I can adjust this up and down with these, putting them wherever I need them to be. So again, if you're doing like a gravel driveway, you wouldn't want the bar to hit the gravel a lot of times, so you're not moving gravel, you're just moving snow. The blade itself is replaceable, so you can see this one's got some wear and tear around the edges. All you got to do is just take the bolts off and replace the material bar. So that kind of explains most of the components to a plow system. Every manufacturer has a little bit different system and some pros and cons, so you want to compare models. In our next video, we'll do an installation and show you how that's done. Thanks for tuning in.